we were watching a Wings clip earlier before the show. I was showing Taylor. You had seen it before though, right, Taylor?
The
That
Wings
clip I sent you of Wings on his porch.
I don't believe I'd seen that unless it was on the show. I didn't remember it.
So it's basically like Wings, his grandmother, rest in peace, and some other lady who looks like, I don't know, mildly attractive and about 35 or so, maybe 40. I don't know. She didn't look terrible. But they are talking about sex toys because Gangster Grandma's boyfriend has just bought her like this vibrating little egg thing. And she's like, oh yeah, it does the job or whatever. And Wings thinks this is funny. So he's recording it all. And then the other lady's like, let me get mine. And she like goes out to her car, I guess, or something, and gets this
where you keep
big,
those things.
It gets like a double fisting, like not a Hitachi. It looked like something you'd work on someone who had an injury or something out. And so then she plugs it in, this big vibrator, and she's like, and she puts it on her pussy, and she starts masturbating on the porch
through the clothes.
And she goes, and she's like playing with it for way too long for it to just be like silly business. And then
too long on the porch.
And then she's like, get that, girl, put that on your clit. And she's talking to like Wings' grandmother who's sitting right next to him. And I'm just sitting there like, how did I forget about this?
I was talking to Kyle about it. Watching that scene, have you ever stayed up way too late and it's like 2:45 in the morning on Adult Swim and those 15-minute like bad acid trip shows come on? It was like one of those. Like one of those like tongue-in-cheek like satire things almost. Like it's so bizarre. I know that it wasn't satire, but
yeah, I don't know. I think it's on Webby. I don't know whose channel that's on. We can't show it, but I mean it'd be easy to find. If you search like Wings of Redemption and then Vibrator, you get it. That's how easy it was for me to track down. It's I had forgotten that it existed. And at one point Wings touches the sex toy, and it's like I think they go and produce a third sex toy out of a bedroom or something, and they're plugging them in, and it just goes on for way too long, and it's so weird. So weird.
Yeah, it is a bit odd. Wait, is Gangster Grandma? She's
rest in peace,
right?
Yes.
Oh, she is. Okay, R.I.P. Did not.
Yeah,
must have forgotten that.
Yeah, we were talking about Wings the other day on my stream, and I didn't really know much about him. And then so my chat has sent me down this rabbit hole, and they're linking me like 2-hour videos of his entire life, and I'm just sitting there watching it, and I'm like, why am I learning about this dude?
I'm the David Attenborough of Wings of Redemption.
I'm in the video prominently, right? I always am.
No, but I was like, I'm just watching it, and I'm like, I just remember sitting there just watching it, and I'm like, do I actually care?
Maybe it just feels like every time I watch a Wings of Redemption Lifetime story, I'm like, there's me again. There's me again.
Yeah. I remember this. Yeah.
One thing I've noticed is like so many of the thumbnails and like clips, like, hell, I'm behind that camera. I took that picture. like most of them are like the thumbnails are like my handiwork. It's stuff that I shot. Like that's what warms my heart that I contributed in that little way, I guess.
Yeah. I don't really know much about him. And then my chance, like, he was on PKA. You've been on PKA, and you don't know who he is. And I was like, I've heard of him.
We've known him for
much
a decade.
about him. Because,
we've known him for a decade, dude. Like we started out like working alongside this guy and like in the same community, and like we've been to his house. We've met in person several times. He lived at my house for a month. Like we know this guy.
He's very
chat was up me. Chat was just like, fucking, how do you not know this? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm a boomer. I don't know shit. Leave me alone.
Is Wings parallel in terms of fame, right? Like you might
name
say,
recognition. Use that.
Yeah, maybe that's better, right? Because if Wings were to stream right now and do his thing, right, like a lot of times he doesn't interact with the chat because when he does that, it just gives them more avenues to attack him and stuff like that. So if he just streams right now, he gets a couple hundred viewers, and that's cool. That's not nothing, but it's not a good indicator of his fame, right? His level of
like he's like, I get a couple hundred viewers on my stream, and I'm nowhere near as famous as Wings. Like that guy's
he's been seen by 1 billion people, maybe. I don't know. That's a really big number.
It's a lot,
but
it's a huge amount.
Don't you think? If you think about all the videos about him, this tapping the stop sign meme that was like prominent on Facebook at one point.
Oh, if you talk about like people who would recognize, who would say, yeah, I've seen that guy before, or people who would say, yeah, I've heard of that guy. It's an enormous amount of people. It's it's in the tens of millions for sure, and that's a lot of people spread like. It means that in any room that you're in where there's another 3 or 4 people, one of them will recognize his photo or know his name at least a little. I guarantee it's true. It just is.
Tens or hundreds of millions? I don't know.
I've been in like Tarkov lobby, like playing Tarkov, and I VoIP, and I'll be like, I'll be in a gunfight with some guy who doesn't know me. He's not recognizing my voice, and I'm not streaming, so he's just like randomly in the game. I'm like, hey, do you know who Wings of Redemption is? He's like, the big guy. And I'm like, yep. Like if you know that, then you know Wings. If when I say Wings, you think the big guy, like that's enough that you know Wings. And that's
like there's this guy, Frederick Knudsen, who has 1.1 million subs, and like he just makes this series called Down the Rabbit Hole, and it's like those like in-depth documentary things.
Yeah,
and
that's
his
the one that
videos
I was
all
watching.
have insane views. And like his #1 video on his channel, Wings of Redemption Down the Rabbit Hole, 8 million views, over 1 million more than the next one up. It has almost twice as many views as the Chris Chan video on his channel, which Wings is not as famous as Chris Chan in internet lore, but he's very, very famous.
8 million. So like Kyle's like tens of millions. There's 8 right there.
Yeah, that's
There's
what I'm saying.
right
I was gonna mention that as like I saw that the other day because I was talking to Chiz about this. Like the latest stuff. I was explaining to Chiz that like it seems to me it boils down to some feminine odor here, boys, and everybody was too much of a pussy to say that. If it's anything else, again, I haven't heard. Like that was it, right? Am I wrong? I want to know. But it seems to me that we were talking about a smelly pussy, and everybody was too much of a like lily flower to be like, yeah, we're talking about smelly pussy. Like, what are you scared of? Say smelly pussy, stinky pussy, cunt. What are you, a baby?
Yeah.
Be a baby? I don't want to talk to a grown man who's afraid to say a dirty word. I don't want any grown men in my life that can't say. I don't want any grown women in my life that can't say a fucking dirty word. Like, look, I'm not saying you have to walk around all day being foul mouthed. I don't curse. Like
I agree. I want to hang out with children. No adults at all.
Thank God, Taylor, you said that. I thought it was just me.
Yeah. No, that
is a pedo joke, right?
Are there many adults who are like really averse? I mean, like aside
from
like
what Wings says when he's got to do take a piss. What do you say when you got it? Because I usually say pee or piss.
I pee.
I usually say pee unless I'm like being silly, and I'll say piss.
I might say use the bathroom.
Yeah, like one of those. And
Wings says TT.
Wings says TT. Okay, that like little piece of information.
Like I'm gonna take a TT.
Be right. He'll say, "I'll be right back. I gotta go tinkle." Like it's just like, motherfucker, going to go tinkle.
That's something that undeveloped penises do.
Yeah, like
I have a man's penis.
That happened in it's so funny because the same thing happens in The Wire. There's a scene where like the black police commissioner who like created Amsterdam is getting his new private sector job, and the private sector big up guy is like having a dinner with him and a third party that's hooking it all up, and the big wig who's going to give him the cool job and hire him, the billionaire, is like, all right, excuse me, I got to go take a tinkle. And they just don't say anything. But when he walks away, he's just like, you've been taking a minute. Hope you didn't have to take a dookie too. And they laugh at this like pussy ass like white guy who's afraid to say piss or shit. I mean,
dookie is at least funny. Like it's just so silly.
Poo poo would have been better.
Yeah, that's what you like in the middle of a meeting. It's like, I apologize, I have to go poo poo. Right.
I think dookie is funny.
Like, yeah, ladies and gentlemen of the board, please hold. I need to take a dookie.
Do you remember what they had to say in Practical Jokers? The embarrassing way they had to tell somebody they had to go shit.
I don't remember.
I've got to take a Mondo Duke.
You gotta take a Mondo Duke.
This is probably an Australian one, but a common Australian one is I've got to go take a slash.
For poop or pee? For poop?
No, that's
I
for
don't even know what it means.
Gonna take a slash.
Peeing. No, I've never heard that.
Yeah, I don't even know what it means either, but it's just a lot of Australians say.
As a child, I would sometimes say drain the main vein because I thought it was edgy.
It rhymes.
Yeah.
It's not a vein.
But, no. Well, there's veins in there.
Yeah, you're not draining them, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm not. Hopefully, I'm not peeing blood.
No, I don't. But yeah, he's Wings is an interesting character.
Yeah, he is. There really should. He just needs the right handler, and he could be a TV star.
Get him on
I
Keeping Up
don't
with the
know why.
Kardashians.
Like I used to know a couple of like medium time TV producers, the guys that would like want to do stuff with me that paid okay, but took all your time forever. It was like, hey, do you want to make $5,000 an episode? It's like, wow, that sounds good. $5,000 an episode. How many do you want? 12, 20? Oh, maybe 8 to 15. Oh, that's great. That's a big chunk of money. Well, we knocked that out in 2 months, and then I go back to my YouTube thing, right? Oh no, for the next 3 years, you will be. It's like, wait, so my entire income will be this for the next couple. Oh no.
Okay.
But for Wings, one of those guys could have produced such a cool show for him. Like, dude, if the last 5 years of his life, maybe even a little bit more, like all that gangster grandma stuff and all the drama and all the nonsense, like if that were, I've seen what reality TV is. Somebody the other day was watching like 90 Day Fiance, and I caught some of it. That shit is garbage, nonsense, bad TV. Wings is good TV. And even his staunchest haters would have to agree that if he were on like the E Network or MTV or whatever,
TLC or something,
put him Court TV, I don't care.
His main viewers,
TV, whatever, it would be a fucking show.
The trolls would have such a field day with him if he was on TV.
People that hate people, it's the same passion as loving them. They'd watch it just as much.
Wings needs Wings. Here's what you need to do. I know that like if you want to make some money, and I know things are probably not great right now to make like a big move like this, but they are. This is the perfect time. You need to find someone to produce like a few episodes of the show to you so that you have something to send to a network. Because, dude, they would pay you to make a TV show for them, and it wouldn't be fucking millions of dollars, but it would be tens of thousands of dollars. You just need a pilot episode. You need someone to film a pilot episode, and you will not be producing it. They are the ones who are going to tell you what to do. If you could do that, then you would make a lot of money and you'd be on TV. That's all it would take. All it would take is a good pilot episode that was framed and produced by someone who knew what funny was. But if Wings is like, all right, now film me doing this, now film me doing that, then it's going to be as bad as his YouTube videos. There's no point in doing that. But his life as it is,
get a producer on the phone.